Hello, hello, hello. How are you? I hope you're fine. I am wonderful. Day four, day four, day four, day four. Yeah, I am on the road. Okay. Day four, day four. Gonna get my walk on. I'm gonna walk the walk, walk the walk, walk the walk, yeah. This is day four of walking on the treadmill. This is a little miniature treadmill that I purchased from Amazon. And hello. Who we have here? Hello. My friend Serene, hello, how are you? Hello, love the orange today. Oh, thank you. Oh, cheese is so hard. Oh, let me relax my muscles in my face. But thank you so much. It's an orangey kind of day. So I am, y'all, this is day four of doing my treadmill walk, 60 minutes, an hour, going for an hour. So this is day number four. And this is Wednesday, so I didn't start at the beginning of the week. I started on the weekend. So this is day number four, and gonna have an amazing 60-minute walk on this treadmill that I purchased from Amazon about 2 years ago. I haven't used it a whole lot, but I have used it, and I did research, y'all, to make sure it would accommodate my weight at the time. And you know, if you jog or you run, that's more pressure, more pounding. So I made sure it was something I could also jog on. So this is a pretty hefty little treadmill, okay? So as you can see, I've been walking. I'm not overdoing it for myself, neither am I trying to spare the treadmill, because it is a hefty, strong device, okay? So the strong workout equipment. We have more people on here. Hi. Can I see? Hi. How are you? Hi. I can't even see the names, but hello. Thank y'all for stopping in. Hello. Thank you. Hi. Everybody loving the shirt. Thank you for loving the shirt. It's an orangey kind of day. I'm trying not to, but anyways, yeah, we're workout clothes. And today I have on a waist trainer. It's one I've had for years. So I purchased myself one, two of them. So I'm not sure which one this is. I have two around here somewhere. And this is just to help me contract to hold my stomach in more while I do my 60-minute walk, okay? So we're doing an hour, and y'all, I've been talking and running my mouth while I'm doing the walk on the treadmill. So this is a really nice little gadget. If you are around the house bored, or you don't like to go out a lot, or you're tired of going out and you want to do something inside, this little small treadmill is really a handy dandy. If you go back and watch, this is my fourth day of doing 60-minute walk on this treadmill. And I am loving it, honey. I love it. So I'm starting out at 1.5 miles an hour and going up 0.5 increments until I reach 3.5. I won't do 4 until I slim down a little bit more and start slow jogging. I do slow jogs. I don't do fast running. I don't do that, but I do slow jogging. Could probably do fast, really fast walking, which is really fast walking for me at the speed that I do slow jogging. But I choose to do slow jogging because it exerts a little bit more energy. Okay, so but you won't see me do that anytime soon. Anytime soon, but I don't want to make a lot of noise. I usually try to get in like 15 minutes of slow jogging and my treadmill exercise, whether it's at home or at the gym. Okay, so I am making it a habit of every day to at least fit an hour that I can around work. To fit in an hour on this treadmill every day. I'm gonna try and do it every day, make it whether it's gonna be live every day, I'm not sure, but I'm definitely going to try and do it every day for at least 30 days, okay? So y'all, this treadmill, I am a tall gal. I'm gonna go ahead and start it. It actually let me turn y'all a little bit more this way. It actually calculates the sensors on the hand sensors. There are sensors on the area where you can put your hands, and it can tell you your heart rate. It also gives you like the distance you've walked. Yesterday I did 2.5 miles within an hour. It would be nice if I can get it up to 3. So maybe after about maybe 10 days, maybe I'll do 90 minutes, an hour and a half. Maybe we'll go to 90 minutes, but we'll see how it goes. And that's as long as I would do my walk. I wouldn't do it any longer than an hour and a half, but that's kind of pushing it for me. You can set your own pace if it needs to be lower, but this is really a really nice little gadget that you can use. And I am a tall gal. If I stand up tall, my hands still can balance me, because most of us like to make sure we're balanced when moving. So if I stand up really straight, this is me standing up straight. And I mostly stand up straight anyways, but I can also lean down, give it some. It'll support my weight, not put too much, because the goal is to keep moving. All right, and so it tells you your heart rate. So I usually check the heart rate when I'm like halfway through, look at it, and when I'm about to finish. And then when I go into cool down, I look at it just to see how high my heart rate got. So that's what this one does. It has a start and stop feature, where the place where you hold your hand. So you have to be careful not to hit the stop button, because it will turn it off. And over here on the right, it has where you can increase or decrease the speed in addition to what is on the dash. So you got different features on the dash. There's an emergency stop, this little cord. Y'all saw Mr. pulled it on I think the second day. But there is this cord. I got paper towels because I was sweating so my eyes is burning. But this is an emergency stop that if for some reason you can't get it to stop here, or you can also pull this magnetic piece and it will tie it in the middle. I would like for it to be even, but this magnetic device, and the machine will not operate once you pull it. You will just put it back, and I just clip this right here next to what looks like it's a placeholder for your drink, or whatever you choose to put here. And up here on the dash, it also has a place where you can put like a iPad or your phone, but I don't need that. You can put this, it's so small. What I did was I have a couple of yoga mats because I like to really do yoga, but I had a yoga mat, really big one, that I've had for a while. So I cut it because with this one, it has like the, you know, the, what is it called? Like the little feet or gadgets at the bottom to help support it. So I didn't want to, over time, have those imprints in the floor. So I have it on the mat, creaky noise. But anywho's, yeah, I put it on that, and it's right in this small space, and I can look out the window, have a really great view. I don't need the television. When I'm not live, I have the AirPods on, so I can listen to music and go to town. But I'm gonna go ahead and start this. We're gonna go for 60 minutes. I'm gonna take me a couple of sips here. I usually try to eat something before I do my 60 minutes, but today I really didn't eat anything. I haven't even had a smoothie, but so anyways, I had a late work day yesterday, so kind of getting up a little later today. But I'll fix a smoothie. Can I do one now? I'm trying to see how clean is the countertop. I can take y'all in there while I make a smoothie. But it's clean. I just sometimes place stuff there, and sometimes when you go live, you want stuff to be almost picture perfect depending on what you're doing. So anywho, just go up to 1.5 to start. So after about 1 or 2 minutes, I'll put it up to 2 miles per hour. And I'll put it up to 2 miles per hour and increase it in 5.5 increments throughout the 60 minutes. So at stages throughout the 60 minutes. And then the last 10 minutes, I'll do 3.5, which has been pretty fast for me. And I'm not doing it too fast because I am tall and I do longer strides. So I don't want to do too long of a stride and have an accident, okay? Because you can get caught up in a moment when you're doing these exercises and get into a zone and kind of forget about where you're stepping. So be conscious of every now and then, because it is a shorter walkway per se. The roller walkway on the treadmill is shorter, and this device, the handheld part, is shorter. But if you're not as tall as I, then you may not have as much of a challenge as I in that area. Okay, but I am really loving this. It has the speed on the dash. You can set different programs. You can put it in different modes as well, like intermediate, or like a beginner, intermediate, then advanced, where you wanted to burn more calories. Okay, so it's up to you. Also, I don't even need to put on my AirPods because I can connect. You can connect a device to your treadmill. So I have my phone connected to here. If I wasn't live, I could play music and hear it on the speaker here because it has speakers. When I actually come off of here, and if I decide I want to sit for a few minutes and listen to something, I'll sit on a few times. I actually leave it connected because it's a nice sounding speaker. Yeah, nice sounding speaker. So I really like this. If you're looking to do something like do a healthier practice that's not going to break the bank or cause you to really leave your place of comfort in your home, then voila. Okay, so y'all, I'm rocking it, okay? So we'll take it up to 2. I want to do 2 miles per hour through most of it. We are at 2. And I have just been randomly talking while I do walk on the treadmill to kind of help bypass the time. And also just, just talk. Yeah, so anywho, we are at 2 miles per hour. And yeah, I feel like my legs have gotten stronger, my core is getting stronger, and my arms. I went through a couple of years of an episode where I still am, was in a grieving process from some people that transitioned in my family. They're no longer here with us in the physical, you know, so it's kind of been a challenge for me, and with other things, you know, as well as life be life. But I've had some people, well, many of years, not many of years, but since I was people important and close to me to transition from, I think 14 years old, but I being one of the youngest siblings in the family, you know, I think there's a difference in the younger siblings and the older siblings in the family. Probably each family there's a difference because of the time that they show up in the family. So things are different. The parents could have had like a lot of growth and maturity, which I feel like was the case with me. By the time you come into the world, your parents have a lot more growth, wisdom, maturity, knowledge, and understanding. So, but anywho, and sometimes they have more time for the children. They're not working as much if there's a big gap. So they're really able to give more time to the children. But anywho, y'all, I am getting my 60-minute walk-in. Yeah, so I was doing raw vegan for like 5 to 6 years. Let's see. I started it back in like, let's see, by 20. I started eating more like raw, just vegetables back in was it 2014 or 15? I think I started in 2013, and then the habit started to get better. My eating habits, eating healthier. So I remember I was led to a life to start fasting, eating healthier. I remember when I very, very first started fasting, that it was hard for me to go even up to lunchtime, skip breakfast, go to lunchtime. And I started out like that, and then I started doing up until like 6 p.m. And then I would started doing full days. And then I got to a point where I did like 1 week, I did a squash, just squash only. Excuse me. Squash only, and I ate water. And I wasn't a part of anything, trying to do anything. That was just something I was led to do. So I remember I did that. And it wasn't raw, it was cooked. I only ate like squash for a week and drank water for 7 days. And then after that, I started doing like 3-day fasting of abstaining from solid foods. I would do just liquids only. Then I did like, I think one point, it was only maybe 3 or 4 days that I would fast. And then one time I did 3 days. I did a couple of those throughout the years once I started. But when you're doing that, you have to be, I'm not a doctor now, y'all. You have to be mindful. I'm just talking about my experience. You have to be mindful of how you feel, in tune with your body. Don't ignore what your body is telling you, even if you're eating on a regular basis. Don't ignore what your body is telling you. If you feel something different, you know, if you feel something different, because I feel like our bodies were designed to survive, heal itself. You know what I mean? You're going to go through your regular stages of life from infant, if you live long, to your seniorship, you know. So if you're granted to live a long life, so your body's going to naturally go through those stages. However, you know what you usually feel like if you don't have any underlying health issues. So you have to be mindful of that. So anyway, you pay attention to how you feel. You do what you feel is best for you. But I'm just sharing my experience. If you really don't have any physical ailments or any health challenges, you know, or physical challenges, you can pretty much do this, okay? But depending on what you want to accomplish. So anyways, then I started the fast got longer, and I was keep easing it up, y'all. I'm gonna talk some. Let's go up 2.5. So, and this is started at 1.5. Now I'm at 2.5. That's a whole point, or 1 mile per hour faster. And anyways, I started having craving to eat better and to fast. This is some years ago, probably back in, I think, 2013, 2011, I think it was. I did, it was 2010 or 2011. I did the lemonade cleanse for 10 days. I did it for 10 days. And it was good. I was taking some classes to get a higher education. So I didn't have too much of a strenuous schedule, I would say, intense schedule, but it was one that required a lot of energy. But the lemonade cleanse is actually geared towards keeping you energized and gives you nutrition throughout the cleanse. So you can research that. You do like a gallon of water, or you can do it at 8-ounce increments throughout the day, and use, like, for a gallon, it's up to 6 lemons, freshly squeezed lemons, cayenne pepper, and gravy, maple syrup. And the maple syrup is to give you that, supply you with that energy that you need for the duration of the cleanse. And so it's not like your body think you are starving per se, even though you're not consuming any solid foods. So with the lemons, it's a cleansing. It has live enzymes in it, and also a lot of cleansing properties for the body. And it pulls down impurities out of your body from head to toe. And then every day you do something to expel, like the smooth mood tea, which it has senna in it, has herbs in it. So you're expelling every day, because believe it or not, your body holds booze sometimes for days, depending on how your digestive system releases whatever you intake. So anyway, so I know I myself have purchased like these, what's it called? Now I have like this, what's it called? Casa Sagrada. It's like a herb. It's a natural herb that helps you to expel of waste from your body, after you eat, and keep your digestive system flowing, and it does not cramp you. Only thing is you feel this urge to go to the restroom. and that's about it. But I have those that I take on a regular basis. I also have some enzyme supplements as well. And as the older you get, sometimes your body starts to go through, what is it called, apoptosis. Apoptosis. Some things just begin to change. It just don't work the same, okay? When you're younger, you know, and then as you get older, your body starts doing different things, okay? So anyways, my mom was always kind of like conscious eater, per se, really conscious of what she ate. We mostly cooked at home, ate pretty healthy. She made sure we had an ample amount of fruits and vegetables in the home, always. She was big on that. So she wasn't big like today's time. A lot of parents make sure they have chips and cookies and juices, you know. But she made sure we had an ample amount of fruits and vegetables. And my uncle, when he came to live with us, he actually was the one that fed me more junk food. Oh, my uncle was the one. So, Tammy, come on, girl, you want to go with? It was a store that wasn't too far. So we would go and walk to the store, get our food. I get my snacks, come on back home. So that's where I got a lot of my snacks from. My mom was big. She was like, because they would always be like, back then, these persons riding around selling watermelons, mangoes, and my mom was so big on that. She would buy boxes of mangoes. So that was our snack. That's why I told y'all about the, the story of me choking on a mango. I was on the way home, the mango seed, after it's gone, when you're a child, you're still trying to get that good taste out of it, but it's down to the seed. But I'm just to swallow the seed. And it got stuck right here and go down. And I couldn't breathe. And I felt my eyes bulging and watering. So my brother walked through the door. And I should have put this phone on Do Not Disturb. I might have put it on there. I hope I don't lose y'all. I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb. But anyway, I didn't tell him what was wrong with me. And he just started beating me in my back. He was beating, that's all I heard, him beating me in my back. And after a while, it went down. So, and I'm like, wow, I tell him that he saved my life. So, anywho, but yeah, so my mom, she was pretty, she had a lot of healthy foods. I remember apples, bananas, grapes, avocados. I remember anybody can ask you that, a lot of that. We had snacks too, but it was more of those, and she loved to eat cottage cheese with fruit. So, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that. So, that's how I've acquired I feel like my taste of eating healthier. But that was something. But with the lemonade fast, you have the maple beef syrup in it that keeps your, you still go through those stages of being without solids, you know, because your body starts detoxing. But you still have an ample amount of energy to do things if you do the lemonade cleanse. So I did it for 10 days. And my sister on my dad's side, I remember I went to visit her, and she was like, girl, you getting so small. You're gonna disappear. What you doing? So it was I think that was on the like 9th day. So on the 10th day, I cut it off. I stopped it, but that was really good. The lemons in it has, especially when you do it freshly squeezed, has the enzymes in it, and the lemons pull down impurities out of your body. So, and the cayenne pepper gives you energy. I meant the maple syrup, and then the cayenne pepper, it kind of like cleanses your blood. It has some other nutrients in it too. You have to research it, but the cayenne pepper does. But those are basically the ingredients: water, maple bee syrup, cayenne pepper, and lemons. So, which is really, really good. All right, but I did it again. I did my 21st day fast. I think that was back in 2022 at the beginning of the year. But I supplemented the maple bee syrup. I mean, I didn't supplement it, I just didn't use it. And my eyes got so white. I was like, wow. My eyes just turned so clear. So I remember that was one thing that I noticed after the 21 days. My eyes are so clear. But that was good. But going back to the raw vegan thing, when I was raw vegan, I started out like making my own food, a lot of my own foods at the beginning. And you know, it was 2013, 14, 15, those 3 years. I was trying to make a lot of my own foods. And because I just went cold turkey. You know, one day I just woke up, I wasn't having any issues, but one day I just woke up and I just didn't have this desire to eat any meat. So I started researching. You know, you hear people say this and that, but I really didn't hear of anyone or know of anyone around me that was at that point vegan, vegetarian, or pescatarian, any of those things. So I started researching, and that's when I started learning more about the different types of meatless eaters, per se. So then it was costing a lot, you know, where you live, the cost of living can be higher just because of where you live. And Orlando, and I was determined to do it, but it was pretty costly. You know, making your own everything. I was making my own everything. I just went cold turkey with no meat. I didn't have to wean myself off of it or anything. You know, I just woke up one day and have it even make sense. But and as time go on, I can almost kind of see why I was led to do that, or to take the path that I've taken since then. So, anywho, for those 3 to 4 years, it was a real challenge because I was trying to make my own milk, my own everything. Hummus, the vegetables came as they are, most of the fruits, vegetables. But then you want to make different, like sauces and things, and you buy all these different products. So it was kind of pricey at first. I had to learn how to actually live the lifestyle. So then I remember in 2016, I started really indulging in like the 32-ounce jars. I invested in those, and I would fix like, I was into juicing really heavily. In 2016, I started doing juicing. I didn't have a fancy machine, but I went on an app called OfferUp at the time, and I purchased a juicer. And the juicer happened to be unused. It was a new one, had the packaging and everything. It just happened to be, I got lucky. It was, when I got there to check it out, it was a new one. So I started juicing, and I was dedicated to it. I used to have do 6 jars a day. I used to do apple and ginger, mainly apple, ginger, lemon. I used to juice those. Those were, because as I learned that it was, if your budget really can't fund that lifestyle, then you have to make adjustments. So I would learn, I think too, as my body cleansed more, didn't feel so hungry all the time. So I was making sure I would get up. I was into Zumba really heavily then. So I was always active, riding my bicycle, walking, jogging. I've always done something like that. So, you can't look at me and tell it now. But back then you could tell it, okay? So, so I was, at that time, I was into Zumba, because you work so much, you're busy about life, taking care of the household and things. So I did, let me see if we can use this up to points, because I'm going to be at 3.5 by the time I hit 50 minutes, because we're only doing 60 minutes right now. We're halfway through, a little over halfway through. So I was into Zumba really heavily. With life, you being about life. Some people are they just being able from birth to do, have a day filled to do whatever they want to do. Have the luxury of doing whatever. But when you don't have that luxury, you have to plan, discipline yourself. So to get in those things that you need. Maybe some days you don't feel like it, but anyway, you gotta try your best to get back in there. Keep it going. But I was into Zumba. Zumba is so fun. I would love it. So I would make sure, I remember I was driving to Zumba every day. And I remember from my parents had cars. I didn't have a car. I didn't even have a license sometimes, so I walked everywhere. And then even after I got a license, the car has been belonged to me for a while. So I walked. And thank goodness I didn't look for everything to be easy, even from a youth, So I didn't mind walking where I wanted to go or needed to go. So I remember my mom, I used to be moving her furniture around, redecorating. Say, girl, what you doing again? But anyway, I would drive every day. And I said, I ended up getting another new bicycle. I call it my hot rod. So I was riding it. It was really nice. I ended up riding it to Zumba instead of, because it was quite a walk. I chose to walk, but I did walk a couple of times, but I didn't make it a habit because it was a good distance. But I started riding to Zumba instead of walking. So, yeah. And then, but have fun doing Zumba. It was really fun. I remember I was in Zumba going for a couple of years. So my daughter was on the scene, and I would even take her to Zumba. Whenever I exercise, take her to the gym, try to get her into doing some type of physical activity. But because some children are just not naturally wanting to be active. Sometimes you have to get them into it. But anyways, we ended up being in a parade because we were going for a couple of years to that same class under the same instructor. And she asked us to be in a parade. So we made it fun and dressed accordingly, Christmassy, and we had on our purchased ours because she didn't give them to us. We purchased them our Zumba t-shirts, and she had a car that was decorated with lights and stuff. So we did our Zumba dance, and it was nice. And we had we had decorated ourselves really Christmassy. Put on some we had the light up earrings and necklace and some bracelets. Because I love to get festive and enjoy things too. That's just me. But anyways, we had fun with that. So every day I would juice, and I may not drink all of the mason jars they were. I would juice enough to where I would have at least 6 juiced up, 6 to 7. I think my number back then, I focused on 6. I had got to a point where I had learned to drink in increments to make it last. And you know, the ginger and the lemon, it helps suppress your appetite. So if you don't have like bad teeth or anything, you still can drink. I've always drank with a straw. I haven't had an issue because I drink with a straw. Even my smoothies, most of the time, I use a straw. I keep plenty of straws in the house. And if you use a straw, the lemon won't mess up your enamel on your teeth. But you just, use a straw. But, oh, I know what I didn't mention on the lemonade cleanse. There's a sea salt flush you do. You do it early in the morning. And you know, sea salt, it pulls like down, it flushes. So if you drink it like if you mix it, a certain amount of ounces of water, you drink it, it's like gonna flush. So that's why it's best to do it on an empty stomach early in the morning. So you don't want too much pressure on your digestive system if you have a lot of solids in it, you know. So do the sea salt flush in the morning on an empty stomach. After about 3 days, if you're doing a fast, I would say. I don't do it on the first few days. I wait till like the 3rd day. You're taking your smooth tea, or some type of natural, like not a laxative, but something to move the toxins out of your body, cause you to expel. So, yeah. So that was something that was done. But anyways, on back where it was at, I would try to do at least we had 3 miles. Yeah, we up to 41 minutes. It's got 20 minutes to go. So the last 10 minutes, I do 3.5. Hi, we got somebody in the house, probably alphabet. Anyways, people don't want to reveal their identity a lot on here. I kind of don't blame you, because these people researching everybody. Sometimes not in a positive light or for a positive purpose. So, anyways, I'm at 42 minutes. So I started getting into juicing for years. My daughter, y'all, I don't know if y'all saw when we went on our ski trip. I went to one day trip. My daughter purchased them and a family member, they left on the morning of my birthday. I didn't know what they were doing. I don't know. Thought they was just maybe going to go get a couple items. When they came back, had a balloon, teddy bear, and a juicer. I was like, wow. I'm on the juicer because I'm going to start back juicing. I have a nice, I can't think of the name of the blender right now, that I was gifted just before I moved to Atlanta. It's like a going away gift. And I still have that. blend. It's really nice. I can't think of the name of it right now. But I also have like a little smaller blender. But I wanted to get back into juicing a little bit more. But so for my birthday, this past birthday, I got a juicer. My daughter, I was like, girl, she purchased it. You know, sometimes she have more money than I do, leisure money anyway. But she purchased some flowers. Oh, I felt so special. That was the best vacation, best birthday. That's a memory I will never forget. That was the best week of my life, one of the best weeks. I'm telling you, it was really, really nice. And when we went to ski we lived up in Breckenridge, and we ate at this restaurant. Oh my God, right? This is just before the ski area. That place was so nice. It was nice, and the waitress is really, really friendly. So, you know, you go to Colorado and you like this and you find people being really nice to you, you want to tip. Okay? But, in Breckenridge, the waitress is just so nice. We had an awesome time, and skiing was a challenge. I think my daughter did it the best. I think she did it really, she caught on to it really, 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 really well for really good for our first time. You know, we had access to it. I think she would really rock it. I myself too, but those ski boots, oh my goodness. You feel like you're a gladiator or something. You were the way you have to walk. I like it. It was just those darn boots. And it's like, they made an impression like it was in the front, the shin part of your legs. It's just those boots, okay? But for the most part, it was still fun. It was fun. Then they had a party, like a celebration in Cooper Mountain. It was so nice and fun. That was just the best, I had the best time. It was so nice. But, but anyways, I got the juicer. I got the juicer for a birthday gift. And a really big bouquet of flowers. And a teddy. And something else. I'm trying to think what was in that bag. There was something else in there. I can't think. But I know the something else was something I could use right away. But the juicer, I hadn't opened it to use it until like a few months ago. Maybe I didn't open it right away, start using it. So my schedule was so busy. I didn't even have time to come up for air sometimes. But anyways, because when you juice, depending on what kind of juice you have, it takes some time. You know, you have to put it together and take it apart, cleanse it after each use. But anyways, Back then it was like 2016, 2017, those 2 years. I did a lot of juicing. 2016, 2017. I did a lot of juicing. And also, 2016, 2017, I did a lot of juicing. And Zumba. I love Zumba. So, and riding the bike. Because after that biking accident, my daughter and I had back then, somebody stole my bicycle. I don't know how they came and got it out of, it was like, not in the garage, it was in the shed. But my bicycle just disappeared. I'm like, what the what? So I used to take that bicycle. You know how you take the car and get maintenance on it? I would take my bicycle and have maintenance done on it. I didn't know you could do that. I would take it to the bike shop and get maintenance done on it. Y'all, we got to be 50 minutes. So I'm gonna turn it up to 3.5 for the last 10 minutes. 3.5, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. We have 50 minutes. So, it's time to high roll it. High roll it, Captain. Turn it up. 3.5. Let her rip, honey. Walk it out. Walk it out. Walk it out. It goes quite a bit faster. I feel it at 2.5. I really feel it at 3.5. So am I gonna pick it up at 4? At 4.0, I wouldn't fast walk. I would do a slow jog. 4.0 meant 4 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour. I would jog until it comes to running. So, yeah. 3.5. 3.5. 3.5. 3.5. I love to listen to Calypso when I was doing Zumba, into Zumba really heavily. I love Calypso. So whenever I would go to the gym, I would put it on some high tempo, like island music. We're gonna make it work out a little bit more enjoyable. Okay. So we have 8 more minutes to go. Let's count down 10. Okay. Let it rip. So yeah, that's what I did. 2016, 2017. Ooh, I did a lot of juicing. And I stuck to those main ingredients. Green apples, ginger, and lemons. And a certain amount of water. I'll add water. Yeah. I would add some ounces of water. That's what made it more. So, and then you can add like a vegan sweetener, agave. And there's another one. I used to use that first, the actual sweetener, but I stopped using it and started using agave. But I think from my experience, the way that you eat is a big part, plays a big part in your healing process, physically, spiritually, mentally. It just does. And the more you cleanse, because everything is spiritual. Everything. If you want to just look at things from a natural point of view, because even before anything is made, it's thought of. It's an idea. Everything is spiritual. So, when you eat, you cleanse, you fast, you'll be surprised. Sometimes I wonder what I healed myself of. You know, I'm telling you, I just woke up one day and I had no desire to eat meat. None. Sometimes I can smell it cooking. I don't think that's what it smells like, it tastes like now. But I just had no desire. But periodically, over the past 2 years, I would say, I eat seafood. I do eat that here and there, because when I was eating meat on the regular, that was my favorite. Okay, so periodically, so that's why I would say I eat meat. I don't put it in a category, you know, but I guess if it was one, it would be pescatarian, if I'm not mistaken. But because sometimes I will eat seafood here and there and everywhere. Ooh. But after I lost some close relatives in my life, you know, things began to change. You know, really began to change. My sister on my dad's side, her birthday was yesterday, but she's not here anymore. And we used to have so much fun together. So much fun. And we have a nice little age gap between us. But we would have so much fun. You know, miss talking to her. She's so funny. She was so funny. This time she just had me laughing. I remember I used to wear my hair in ponytail a lot. I still do. Under here is pulled back in a ponytail. And I wear it. I always have worn my hair just in a ponytail a lot. And she looking at me, we would sit down one day and we were sitting down talking, especially during that time too. I was working a lot, but I know we was in the room sitting talking, and we was in the middle of the talk. We weren't even talking about this. And she said, "Tam, why you always?" She said, "Tam," She said, you're a pretty girl. Why you always wearing that ponytail? So, that's because I told her, that's how I feel comfortable. I wore and wear a ponytail a lot. I just never, even when I wear wigs now, at some point, that wig or extensions or plaits will end up in a ponytail. Because I never liked the hair in my face or my neck. I just never liked it. I never liked it just coming down. And even when I had long hair, my hair for years, it was perm. It used to be past my shoulders, long hair. And I remember I went to the doctor one time, the nurse was always saying I looked like a model. But I would always have it back. It would fall back the way I had it. I never had it. I never liked it in my face. So that was just a funny little episode. But she, we had 60 minutes. A little over 60. Okay, let's come down. But let's go cool down session. But she transitioned in 2018. 2018. It's like, darn, you know. But that's life. You gotta keep rocking with it, rolling with it. But we have so much fun. She's just the life of the party. And yeah. Here we go. I have 4 sisters on my dad's side. And I got a sister, her name is Queen. That's her name. And we got different moms. Her mom named her Queen. She's the only child on her mom's side. And then my sister here, the one that she transitioned in 2018. But the 3 of us are getting together. Because Queen, this church she used to go to, building, she would get, they would go on, have some events in the park. So a couple of years, all 3 of us went together. And we had a blast. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we had a blast. So I hope y'all can hear me. I forgot to put this phone on Do Not Disturb. I got to remember that. Because I've been getting a little more calls lately if I'm doing something. So we can have a cool down. I'm going to finish my cool down session. I'm not going to let the phone calls coming in stop it. But yeah, well anyways, that sister that transitioned, her birthday was yesterday. And big thing about it, we had some fun times together, I'm telling you. So, anyway, a lot of fun. But anyways, so, we just sing dance so well together. I miss the. So anyway, y'all, we're doing a cool down. I feel my legs, y'all. Walking must do something for your legs too. Cause, hell yeah, on this treadmill too, you can incline it. Cause you know incline, or work your legs a little bit more, give you more of a burn. But it can incline, but I'm not gonna do that because I think I would jog before I do that because I am kind of heavy. And inclining, the inclination what you do on the treadmill, you feel the difference, okay? You feel it. You feel it. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? Do, 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 do. So if you incline treadmill, even in the gym, you're anywhere, you gonna feel it. Dum, 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 dum. Who's that? Michael Jackson, my foot. I told you there's not a lot of room on here. But can you feel it? Ooh. Is that Michael Jackson? The Jackson 5? Hey, that might be a theme song for the day. That beat. But anyways, y'all, that's it. That's all. It's a wrap on the treadmill. We did our 60 minutes plus some cool down, all right? After so many days, I may try 90 minutes or no, do 70. We'll increase until we get to possibly 90. But from 60, maybe go to 70, 80, then 90. I like to do stuff in increments, okay? So increase it, but that's it. I'm gonna unplug this. I like to leave it plugged up. Yeah. But if I do leave it plugged up, I get off of here and get on my phone. I can listen. Sometimes I'll listen to some stuff because it has a speaker. And I don't want to get any copyright infringements. I can show y'all how, and it's a nice volume in the speaker for you to listen to it. So this is a nice little investment I've made, or we've made. My daughter and I chipped in, pursed it together. So y'all, I'm gonna get up out of here. I've already been on here for over an hour. It's been a pleasure. It's been a delight as always. Seeing you all, meeting with you beautiful people out there in YouTube land. So this is day number 4, y'all. 60-minute walk on the treadmill. I got some sweat going on, so I'm about to get on with the get on. I may do a couple of hand weights here, not sure. I don't really want to do them every day, but what was that? Yeah, I got on my belt to help draw my stomach in while I'm walking on the treadmill. That's a good practice too, when you're walking, to pull your stomach in. So yeah, I about this life, y'all, this moment, and just walking on the treadmill. It's been a delight. I'm not gonna hold you all long, y'all. Just remember to be good to yourselves and to love on yourselves. Because if you're not good to you, don't expect anybody else to be any better to you than you are to yourself. I love me. I love being the amazing, wonderful me, because there's so many energies out that's on the loose that would like for certain people not to have a certain healthy love for themselves. So remember, work on having a healthy self-image, a healthy self-love towards yourself. And the way that I love to keep myself full is I get into the presence of the Divine Most High. Take out that time so you can get what's tailor-made and specific just for you, you know, and then you can make it to experience a more elevated living today. Yeah, you gotta get it in. So you don't have to have all of this and that. Depends on what you require. I feel like all I need is the Divine Most High mainly, and whatever else is added is just added. But I can't deal without the Divine Most High, that energy, source of energy in my life, setting quality time to for that space in my life to get full, to get what I need, to get grounded, to be calibrated, to be reminded that you and I, we both we're loved, we're valued, and we're appreciated. We are special, and that it's not based on your appearance with the Divine Most High. It's not based on what you have. It's not based on your status. It's not based on your material gains in life. It's not based on any of that. So you can get in that space and be you unapologetically. And when you're free to be yourself in that awesome space, in that awesome time, you can be you anywhere. Anywhere. And feel good about it. And feel good about it. So, yeah, the joy that you get from the Divine Most High, the love, whatever you get, cannot be so easily taken away because that's not the source. All right, so of where it comes from doesn't come from people, doesn't come from things. Okay, it comes from an unseen energy. All righty, but if you have people around you that does that for you as well, that contributes to you being full, then there's nothing wrong with that. But I wouldn't make people my source. Okay, my source for my supply, that you're down and out without any interaction with them. So you make the Divine Most High your source. And once you get used to it, you begin to love you, love your company, love everything about you. And then you won't be so dependent on other people. You become to realize just how cool and wonderful and special and how valued you are. And you don't have to get that from anywhere else, because there's so many things, that so much noise in the world, that you can be taken away from the true value of you, and the true value of you, the true value of other people. Because once you divinely and truly and authentically love yourself, then that flows everywhere. You can love everyone in a healthy state, in a healthy way. You don't have to be jealous or envious of anyone. You don't have to hate anyone, because you know who you are and whose you are, and you operate in that. You get your source of value from non-physical source energy. And that's where it flows from. No one can stop that flow. No one can take that flow. Because even if you can't move, honey, you still have your spirit, your mind, and your imagination. All right? Peace and beautiful blessings until the next live, or the next video, or the next short. Love y'all. Bye.